Okay, so main memory versus secondary storage. So main memory is anything that is directly accessible by your CPU, other than registers and cache, because they're on the CPU. Okay, so main memory is referring to generally your ROM and your RAM, but most times in exam questions, RAM is what it's referring to. So in terms of the differences between the two, so volatility, main memory is volatile and secondary storage isn't. Secondary storage is your hard drives, your SSD drives, etc. So volatility means when power, does it require power to store data? So for example, RAM, if you turn the power off your computer, all the data that's in RAM disappears. Okay, it's lost. Whereas secondary storage, if you turn the power off, all those ones and zeros are still retained, so you can get them back. Typically size, currently when creating this video, RAM is typically sort of 4 to 16 gigabytes, whereas secondary storage can be 500 gigabytes to about 6 terabytes. So secondary storage is your long-term storage for storing much, much, much more data, but RAM is your faster access to store currently running programs. Okay, so I've just kind of done the bottom one there. So RAM stores your currently running programs. Secondary storage stores everything long term, and you can do that when the power goes off. It will store it. RAM, it disappears. Okay, so speed, RAM is the fastest. Hard drives, HDDs, so your magnetic hard disk drives, are sort of medium speed. RAM is significantly faster than those. SSDs are now a lot faster. RAM is still faster than SSD, but SSDs have made a huge difference. Okay, and then memory type, the way it stores the data is flash memory for RAM, and then SSDs are also a type of flash memory, but they work slightly differently. And HDDs are your magnetic storage. Okay, so if we think of it in terms of the two things, so the main things when you're looking at memory, you're looking at capacity and speed. So your CPU is up here. As you get further away from the CPU, things get slower. So your CPU, the registers on the CPU are the fastest type of memory. And then you've got your cache memory, which is also on the CPU, but that's getting slower because it's towards the edge, it's further away. Then you've got your main memory, which is your dynamic RAM, your ROM. That is slower because we're leaving our CPU now. And then finally, you get your input output memory, so your external memory, which is your mass storage, your long term mass storage. That is the slowest. But then at the same time, when I've gone down here, capacity wise, registers are the smallest, and your massive secondary storage is the largest. So they get bigger and bigger as they get further away from the CPU, as well as getting slower and slower.